good morning or good afternoon on this bright sunny day at Trinity. We are here to show you about some of our traffic patterns that will change due to the necessary COVID screenings as your children come to school. So we want to thank Mrs. Tobolsky for showing us the different patterns. We are at the main entrance door, as you can see. So she will show you what it will be like coming in from Main Street. And here comes Mrs. Tobolsky. She is the first student of the day here. So as the driver comes around the bend, a teacher or two teachers, especially at the beginning, will come to the car. The child will come out. Good morning. I'll do a screen. Oh, everything looks good. And then
So
Mrs.
let me just make sure your hands are nice and germ-free when you enter the building.
And then you could go right into school. Beautiful. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now let's go back again, Jillian. And let me show you what we hope certainly will not happen. Jillian comes out of the car. I do a screening. Oh, wait a minute. Let me do that again, make sure. Oh, Mrs. Tobolsky, Jillian has a temperature of 101.
Oh, no.
So I'm sorry, she won't be able to come into school today.
Okay.
So what you'll need to do is schedule a doctor appointment so that we'll know when Jillian is safe to come back to school.
Okay.
So sorry, Jillian. We'll
Thank
see
you,
the next time. So it's important that the parent, of course, does not leave until we determine the temperature. Correct?
And Jillian may be perfectly fine. You know, she could have a low-grade fever for a lot of reasons, but we have to have that checked out, and we have to have word from the doctor that she is good to go.
And that will be on our web page. Mrs. Larkin is creating a COVID page with different links on it, explaining what happens if your child in fact has a temperature, either here or develops symptoms during the day. So you'll want to check on our web page on the COVID links. Jillian would need to go to her pediatrician, and that doctor would determine whether, okay, this is just asthma, this is just a cough or cold, and she will be fine to go to school tomorrow. So that will be left to the doctor at that point.
And if she's good, we'll disinfect her tomorrow
And we'll
morning,
start all
we're
over
good to
again
go.
tomorrow. So this entrance here, the main entrance door, will be for grades PreK 3, because now PreK 3 is the old nurse's office. It's right across the hall. It'll be for any student in JK, kindergarten, and grades 1, 2, and 3. Now if you have a student in, say, grade 2 and 4, you can certainly just come to the youngest child's entrance door. Does that make sense?
It makes very good sense, because certainly our older students can find their way to their classroom from any door. So it's the younger ones we're most concerned about. So if the parents go to the youngest child's door, that will make the day less difficult for the younger child.
Absolutely.
So we're good.
I'm going to explain one more thing about the temperature, because in the previous video that we did, on that very day, the guidelines changed by the afternoon. I had said that the temperature was 100.4. Later that day, it was changed to just plain 100. If your child has a temperature over 100, they would need to not come to school that day. Okay, now we'll proceed to grades 4 through 6.
New entrance, new door.
Well, here comes Mrs. Tobolsky coming around. This must be Mallory, who is in grades 4 through 6. Good morning, Mrs. Tobolsky. And good morning, Mal. How are you today? Let me check your temperature real fast. Oh, you are good to go. Let's make sure.
Her brand new school sneakers, don't you dig those? Okay, here we go.
And
Just
then you
rub
would be
it
able to
in
come
and
right
go
into
right
school.
in.
Good. But since we're pretending, I do want you to notice that Mallory does have on her mask. So does her parent. Thank you very much, Mrs. Tobolsky. And the same thing would apply. Two things I'm thinking of. If, in fact, Mallory had a temperature above 100, she would need to go with Mrs. Tobolsky and see her pediatrician. And also, students in grades 4 through 6 using this entrance, you may be behind a school bus, which only takes a second to unload, but just realize that this is a school bus lane also.
And at any entrance, Mrs. Giroux, there could be a bit of a backup. You know, you might be behind a few cars, so just be patient, and it won't take but a minute.
That's true. And what else was I thinking about here? Of course, you'll be able to come in the far entrance, over by the church offices, or in between the church and the church offices, those buildings. This road is one way, and the front parking lot will be blocked off. And I think that does it for grades 4 through 6. Thank you. Here comes one of our pre-K parents. Good morning to them. Notice this is very different. There's no one parked here for that reason. And our parent is making the wide loop, because you have to imagine that there could be a line of cars here. Coming up close to the building so the child can get out. Now we do understand that you will also need to get out of your car as a parent to unhook your child from the car seat. We do understand that. But this is a pretend pre-K student. Hello,
Good
pretend.
morning, little girl, little pre-K girl.
You are all good, and then another teacher will give you a scoop.
Squirt, squirt,
There we
squirt.
go. And you would come right into your classroom. Perfect. And the same thing applies, of course, if the temperature is above 100, back in the car seat they go. Now, have I missed anything?
I think it goes without saying that parents certainly will know that there could be little kids anywhere at any time. So whatever door you go to, please be sure you're driving slowly, and you're always on the lookout for our kids. We're always worried about where they are in a parking lot. Even now, you know, they can get out of a car and easily bolt. So we're just asking everyone to be especially careful, and I think we're good.
I think we're good. And if perhaps it's not a time, I don't even like saying this, I guess, but it's not a time to spend maybe 10 minutes talking with your child's teacher, because there will be other cars ready probably to let their children in the building. So a quick hello and goodbye to your child. Well, thank you very much. Thank you to Mrs. Tobolsky and Mallory and Jillian. Thank you very much. Thank you, Trinity parents. Look forward to seeing you all soon. Thank you.